Come through, Queen. I wanna see ya. Come through, Queen.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan.
And Brendan.
And this is Come Through, Queen.
Welcome back, Dan.
I am excited to be back, but I do have to say, first of all, am I a Come Through Queen fan when I'm not on it? Yes.
Oh my God.
Jess, with a amazing job as the first time guest co-hosting.
It was a pleasure.
I had so much fun with her. Great stories, both main episode with Jenna Lyons. The pre-show was jam-packed with like real world, Bethany, this, that, but like I loved it.
The pre-show story was a wild ride.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to like comment, and subscribe.
Oh my God. Thank you, Jess.
But speaking of pre-show, this week, London, Paris, what a blast. But here we are.
Here we are.
In New York.
In New York. And there's a lot of New York news.
And let's get that guy from NY1, Mr. Kiernan, on the horn.
Oh, I thought you were going to go another way and be like, start spreading the news.
Let's get Frank Sinatra on the horn.
The guy from New York 1, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. Okay. Page 6, which is the RHONY specifically news outlet,
yeah.
I would say, reports. Ramona Singer confirms she won't be on RHONY any longer. Singer sung her swan song. That was
tongue
tough.
twister. Mother Goose over there.
Ramona Singer tells Page 6 exclusively that after 13 seasons on the show, she's not returning to the Real Housewives of New York City. She told them, "I do not want to do the show any longer. It's not for me at this time." But sources tell us that Bravo did not offer the longest serving member of the cast an opportunity to return on their revamped lineup. Earlier this year, the network announced that it planned to overhaul the series by starting over with a whole new RHONY cast and introducing a legacy edition of the show, which would feature fan favorites from earlier seasons. Thoughts?
It was a long time coming. We all knew this was happening, right?
I mean, I think it was, in my mind, it was like a 50-50 shot with her.
Yeah. And I had seen rumored casts for like Legacy and all that. She gave us moments on television.
Sure.
But I think her last season was abhorrent.
Yeah.
And you just can't come back from that.
But she did with Ultimate Girls Trip.
That's true. But that was filmed.
It's actually good that she had an Ultimate Girls Trip to kind of like put it to bed, I would say.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. And her behavior on that was not great either.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, what do we expect from her? Yeah, I am curious about Ultimate Girls Trip. Because as you discussed last week.
You mean Leg?
Oh, Legacy, yeah.
Yeah.
I am curious about Legacy. Because as you discussed last week, I feel like the chess pieces are kind of moving around a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
It's opening the door right now with the current state of events for a Bethany return.
Although
she wanted it, what the line was I want the original girls, which now Ramona's not on there.
Exactly. And I think Andy might not be that happy with her right now launching this new podcast. He even said on Radio Andy this week that like, well, it's kind of funny because she's been talking shit about Housewives for years.
Yeah.
So like, it's funny that she's now launching this podcast. That's kind of what he said. Not exactly.
I gotta say, I heard like Alex listening to the Elizabeth Moss Bethany interview, if you can call it an interview. Because Bethany just shouting into the wind with like Lizzy just chiming in.
Being like, oh, hey, can I get the room?
Wow. Yeah, so I don't know, but like the other big news of the week might make us wonder, like, maybe things will change with the plans in general.
Yeah, there's some RHONY Reboot news.
Okay.
And we're just going to say what's reported.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other murmurings about town, but we're just going to
Yeah.
Give the hard line.
Let's go to Variety, which is like more Bible than page 6, I would
of
say.
course.
Okay, Lizzy Savetsky quits Bravo's rebooted Real Houses of New York City after a torrent of anti-Semitic attacks. The brand new cast of Bravo's Real Houses of New York City was unveiled with great fanfare exactly 1 month ago at BravoCon, but what was once a group of 7 women is now down to 6. We're 6. Whoa.
Oh, okay. That's a reference to Six the Musical. You can hear more about Dan's experience there in the pre-show.
Okay. Lizzy Savetsky has parted ways with the show, a Bravo spokesperson confirmed to Variety. The statement read, after a thoughtful consideration and discussion with Lizzy, we have reached the mutual conclusion that Lizzy will not be a cast member on RHONY. It was issued after a story in page 6 on Wednesday reported that Savetsky was quitting the show because of anti-Semitic attacks directed towards her after her casting was announced. Savetsky herself also posted on Instagram that she was leaving. She confirmed that after the announcement, she, quote unquote, was on the receiving end of a torrent of anti-Semitic attacks. As this continued, I realized that this path was no longer right for me and my family. The rebooted show had just begun filming, and Savetsky had filmed only a few times. She won't appear on the show at all. I did not read this until just this minute.
That is interesting, but also remember, they had only just started filming. Like, it's only been a few weeks.
Ooh, you know what else? They could kind of, if nothing that interesting has happened, it could be like a Salt Lake City, like a flashback when necessary.
Yes.
Situation.
Yeah.
That's something.
That's something.
Something to put in your hat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, go to Variety for the full article. I feel like it's a good thing that they had 7 and not 6.
Agreed. Also, there's so much out there right now as far as like this story online that it's like tough to even comment at length about it because it's like there's so many different accounts and like so much happening.
Yeah, the part of her not being on the show at all makes it sound like we will never really get to the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. But then I don't think I want to get to the bottom of it.
Sure. This was also, Lizzy's also the one who previously had tried out for Real Housewives of Dallas.
Yeah. I was not excited about it, especially like she's like picking up and moving and just to be on the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's let Jenna steer this ship.
Yes, let's.
But I wonder also like how this pans out. Maybe it's like RHONY with some of the old gals.
Right. That thought like definitely came into my mind. Also, Jill has been seen at lunch with some of the new girls as well. It could happen. Anything could happen.
Jill popped up in the trailer for My Orthodox Life season 2.
Which wasn't surprising to me because I know that she's friends with her.
Okay.
Julia Hart.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I
People have also been saying, like, let's get Julia Hart on RHONY.
They have been saying that. Yes. Yeah. I love that we're finally at the stage where we're giving it a go because it felt like a full year where we didn't even have a cast, a camera up. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes cameras can be up, but then
come back down,
and then come back up again.
Yeah. Wow. No, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we're even we'll be seeing a little more of them filming around town because it is New York. I just wonder if this puts a big cog in the plans for the season.
Puts a stick in the gears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know what else is interesting right now? Is sometimes doesn't it feel like when we're watching the shows, we're like, oh, so many are airing right now. Who's filming? Doesn't it feel like everyone's filming right now?
Like who's filming right now?
Atlanta,
New York.
Beverly Hills will start in a minute.
Sure. I think that's it.
I mean, OC's in the can. Mm-hmm. New Jersey's in the can. So like in my mind,
we've got a lot coming up. Yeah.
There's just so much that we're not privy to.
Sure. Yes.
Like, we only really have going on Salt Lake and Potomac right now.
Yeah. And I mean, Ultimate Girls Trip 3 is in the can. We need cameras up on 4 soon.
Oh my God.
I think RHONY Legacy is going to start filming soon. I mean, like, if there's news that Ramona's out, then it feels like they're going to have cameras up.
Conversations. Oh yeah, because she's announcing this because she was explicitly not asked.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Very interesting. Okay. WinterHouse.
Yeah, it's like hard to remember like where we are in WinterHouse.
I know. I missed a bulk of the Toms,
which was probably my favorite part of the season so far.
But they were only here for 2 episodes.
I know that should have been more, but it was like nice to have them around for those 2 episodes. It was really interesting to have Tom Schwartz talk about his divorce in the confessionals, and like him being in that weird middling time in their relationship was so interesting. And I heard Katie talk about it on her podcast that she did with Hubhouse, which made some news rather. That was the interview where Hubhouse
was
gave
talking
that
about
quote,
Amanda,
talking about Amanda saying, "For every 100 times I leave my house, Amanda leaves her house 1 time."
And if you haven't,
which is like how I feel about like me versus you.
What are you talking about?
It's like I'm walking these streets.
I go to work every day. I'm working.
I know, but like you're like in the house. I'm walking the streets.
Jesus Christ! Am I Petula in this situation? Wow. Oh my God! There could be 100 people in the room, but if one of them leaves their house.
No, but what Katie was saying, it was like she gave a kind of behind the scenes to it, where Tom wanted to go on WinterHouse and maybe talk about the situation,
and she told him no,
and she said no.
Wow, I love her like ruling the roost, even not on the show.
Well, she made a good point. It's like you're going in, if it was all people who we were close friends with, that would make some sense. That like you could tell them, but there's new people in the mix, and there's also like all this crew and all that stuff, which leads me to believe the confessionals were filmed after the news came out.
Of course, yeah. I mean, confessionals are like we see people filming confessionals long after cameras are down.
Yeah, but sometimes they film when they're up.
I know, but I would imagine with this, like they're West Coast. They're not even like they might have even had to like do something special with them. I love like a duo Tom confessional with these.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, but then Schwartzy had a solo when it came to like the personal business.
Of course.
We spent like a few minutes visiting Grandma, but I gotta say, like for a 99-year-old woman.
She's alive.
She's blowing the candles. And like, that's more than I can ask for at 99.
You can barely blow the candles out.
I'm like, I gotta say, you guys were talking about WinterHouse last week. How Jess was saying how she enjoys this season more than last season. And I think that's like the general consensus.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they've kind of learned the formula a little more.
I think part of the reason is Metaverse is just making everyone run around in circles.
Yeah.
The girls, the boys, Luke, Corey, Paige, Amanda, Rachel, like everyone's kind of like sucked into the Metaverse.
Is she a ledge?
But like, we're never going to see her again.
Yeah, this is her first and last season on television. She's going to truly be sucked into the like real metaverse with Mark.
But that's why we got to get like another spinoff like MetaHouse.
Into the metaverse with Lizzy. No, with Lizzy Jr.
Where it's just like an animated series.
Yeah.
Like where they don't have the legs. They're floating around.
And Mark Zuckerberg hosts the reunion.
Oh my God, Mark, please host. I mean, we don't get WinterHouse reunions, but we'll get MetaHouse reunions.
That's really sick.
I mean, she's just such a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she's talking about like her taste in men, and like one quote she had was like, "Oh, I couldn't date a loser." It's like, who's saying I could date a loser? Who's seeking out a loser?
I don't know. Whoever's dating me.
Oh my God, no,
I'm just kidding.
The self-deprec.
Yeah.
We're going bowling.
I love bowling. Nobody talks about how fun bowling is.
I know you do. That is something I know about you. Is like out of anyone, like Brendan wants to bowl.
Bowling is fun once or twice a year, and like that once or twice a year, it's like the most fun.
Oh, we need to do it like here, like on a really snowy day.
Yeah.
That's like the day to do it, I would say.
Yeah, of course you want to do it at the one a block away from you, so that everyone else has to travel to you.
You could sleep in the guest bed. No, I mean, but like this one is the one to do it. Like, I don't like those Times Square ones. It's a little too...
It's fun. The lights are like Cosmo bowling.
No, I like you feel like you're back in the suburbs.
I like all types of bowling. I like
you can't lose with Brendan. Really.
Candlepin bowling. Do you know that?
Like a candle in the wind?
It's like a regional thing, Massachusetts thing, where the balls are smaller and the pins are smaller. The balls you can hold in the palm of your hand.
That might be better for me.
No, actually, no, because I played skee ball with you, and that's actually might be harder.
No, because if the heavier the ball, the harder it is for me to throw it.
Oh, I figured like with the regular bowling, you could rely more on your fingers to do the heavy lifting.
No, listen, anything like that is bad. Yeah, no.
That is bad, then.
Listen. Carrying is not great.
Okay.
The heavier the ball, trust me.
Okay. Oh, now I get why you don't like bowling. I forgot about the wrist.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it's funny that like we have this double date, and you would think that it's just the four of you.
Mm-hmm. And
for Jess to come out of it like having not gotten closer to Paige through that is funny to me.
Well, yeah.
Are you team Jess or are you team Paige?
Do I have to pick a team?
Yeah, you do.
I think I'm team... Well, I'm team Jess in a way.
Ooh.
Wait, no. Hear me out. Where I think later in the episode, Paige acts psycho.
Oh, yeah. But I like
where it's like, let's just hear out this girl's feelings about like how she might be feeling. She's actually telling you to a group of other girls. It's not like she's telling you in like the larger group of the house.
I know, but you have to also think like the Mean Girls label is gonna set her off.
Right. But it's like
you're like in Paige's POV, it's like, how am I being mean to you? Like her perspective is like, I've gone out of my way to you. I don't feel like you've gone out of your way to me.
Right, but Paige like does come across a little like intense in situations. We've seen it here. And like she also comes out looking good in these situations as well. Like with Naomi in South Carolina, I didn't know Naomi that well when her and Paige had the confrontation.
Sure.
But it's like it does seem like Paige sometimes is like picking on people who can't handle it in the way that she is. It's almost like how a Bethany will go after like little baby birds.
I love it.
Well, yeah, because it's like a very like New York like let me like puff up my chest like and show me what's what kind of attitude.
Listen, it is what it is.
That being said, I'm not team Jess because I'm not team like I'm a guy's girl thing.
Well, that's what she is.
I know. I'm saying both have their flaws.
Okay.
I'm team Rachel.
Okay. Are we gonna see her again?
She seems to be dating someone else at this point.
Yeah.
I would like to see her again.
I could picture her. Well, I mean, I wonder. She's not on Summer House. I feel like I know. Actually, I can't believe I haven't talked about this on the podcast, and I don't know their names or anything. But like, there are 3 confirmed cast members on Summer House. I think might even be on the Wikipedia.
The thing is like I don't care until I meet them on the show.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I'm like, do I care? And like, do I really care?
Yeah, it's like. To get invested then is hard. Yeah. To get invested now is
so the fact that you're on the Wikipedia.
I know, but like these are my friends, so.
Okay. No, but I like Rachel. I can see her like just like bring her in to do the flowers for the parties and then she gets to hang out for the party.
I gotta say, the house has never looked more beautiful than when she put the flowers out.
Of course.
That was talent.
Yeah.
She is talented.
Yeah. You know how many like young people are watching this show being like, in the tri-state area, being like, I'm going to hire her for my wedding.
That's actually like, I love that. I love when someone goes on a reality show. Like maybe like how I'm hoping with Anya on Real Girlfriends in Paris.
Okay, but Anya's business is not real.
No, you're talking about the Maison and Firestone. I'm talking more about like, I think Anya, if she leans into the private tour gig.
That is even less real than the Maison Firestone. $600 for a tour of the museum that you can go into for like a set amount of money.
I believe in you, Anya. if you're listening.
She left Paris to not run into you when you were there.
I know. She's like, I feel a creep coming. Okay. So we had. Oh, while they were bowling, the hammer and the nail game was making me real nervous.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
That's like asking for a tetanus shot.
Especially when Craig came in and was like, okay, what did you make of Austin, Olivia, Chada?
I mean,
this is my least favorite part, I would say.
Yeah, I don't need her to come. She's not gonna come. Like we know she's not coming.
Yeah.
So for this to even like be a blip on the thing, I'm like, oh, stop it.
Yeah, for me, it's like, you know, that one episode where Austin wasn't there. It felt like we had enough going on with Austin.
And like, I would like a Southern Charm girl on, but
yeah, why can it only be the men?
Not Olivia.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, bring in like one of the stars, like a Madison.
Okay. Eggs in a bagel.
It's very you.
I don't say bagel.
I know, but you mispronounce a lot of things. Sorry, is that rude?
Drag me, Monique. Okay. Yeah. So the boys drink cider and the girls pick flowers.
That's how gender works.
The birds and the bees and the 1, 2, 3s.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yeah. And then we have the flowers. It's a nice party. We're eating pasta again. One and down.
It's all you can cook.
All you can eat, all you can cook pasta. I don't know. I think that's WinterHouse.
That's WinterHouse. I mean, it's like such a fun throwaway show.
Yeah, we're just hanging with our friends.
Yeah.
I love it. Although, okay, so alert, programming note, we're taking off next week, as is WinterHouse and Salt Lake City.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if we recorded next week, it would be like a 20-minute episode of us just talking about the one episode of Potomac. So it wouldn't be worth it. And we're like traveling to be with our families. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But like, we love you.
Y'all will be like busy watching things.
Yeah. Oh my God. Catch up.
Like a Christmas movie. We're about to be in Christmas
Family
season.
Stone. You got to get ready. If you haven't listened to Family Stone yet. Or
if you haven't listened to it yet.
the latest album, Family Stone. No, actually, I was so tempted on the plane to watch Family Stone.
Oh.
But then you know that Mariah Carey meme where she's like, not yet.
Yeah.
That's like, that ran in my head.
Yeah, I don't like to watch it until the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Although I do have to, even though it's already come out, I do need to watch very soon the Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, I save all Christmas content until after Thanksgiving.
Maybe that weekend. That'll be really fun. Okay. Potomac. We're picking up at the burn party.
At the burn party, at the winery. We're all kind of like dispersing but lingering.
Okay. I just want to say.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about the burn party since you didn't get to talk about them?
I got to say, I wish Ashley would have like rethunk her trajectory for the season.
I wish a lot of our girls would have rethunk.
Well, I mean, we know who you wish would have rethunk.
Yeah, of course. But like, it is what it is. They disappoint us.
So it's crazy how 90% of this cast is looking so bad right now. Yeah. And then we got one girl.
We really were like, it's almost as if they all were like, let's give Candace a season. Even though I'm not saying that because Candace is giving herself a season.
Well, you know what's funny? Like, especially like not being on the podcast last week, kind of getting to watch like the discourse transpire. it's like all the Candace fans are coming out of the woodwork now. Mm-hmm. And it's like, here we are, the true Candace fans who've been with her for a while. And I got like at the winery, I gotta say, from an attorney to non-attorney, the way she was cross-examining Giselle in the backyard was, I mean, give her a degree, an honorary degree.
Yeah. Give her Dan's.
Take mine, please.
No, it was good. And it's like, she's gotten Giselle to back so far down that Giselle doesn't even have a story. It's like, now Giselle's story is we went into a room for 2 seconds, said we didn't want to be there anymore and left. That's not a story anymore. So it's like, you did your job, Candace, and Giselle looks like a stupid idiot again. Wow.
And that's, as you know,
a Giselle stamp.
Coming from Brendan, means something. Wow. But at the same time, while everyone is being terrible, I love them all.
I know. I know.
There's not one I don't love, except Cha-Cha.
Well, I even love Cha-Cha, though this week I'm like, she's gone back to her season 1 like workbook, and it's not hitting.
The workbook, her coloring book. Okay. So even like it was dizzying, like watching the Burr party break off, like Wendy and
Ashley decide to like sit and have another glass of wine.
Yeah.
And it's like, Ashley, what are you doing going so hard after Candace? It makes no sense to me.
You would have looked so cool
if you stood by her.
If you were friends with her.
Exactly.
And then also like this whole storyline is making the confusion in my brain for the first few episodes make sense, where I was like, why is Ashley filming like with this, like there was like this woman and then this woman and I was like, this is feels so irrelevant. And then the reason we were introduced to her is she's allegedly the one Chris was like hitting on or DMing or something.
The editors are so brilliant where whenever like it's like accused that one of these women is like being hit on by Chris or he's looking at them, there's a shot from that party where he is with this one woman. He's sitting like, he's like nearby her, but he's like fully just looking at his phone.
Yeah.
Like there's no footage of him like up next to them at the bar or whatever.
I mean, I love like the alternate universe version where like he's at this party that's being filmed with like 20 cameras hitting on every woman. Like, this isn't his first season doing the show.
Yeah.
If he was really wanting to do that, he would do it like at this big first cast event.
It's so
in front of everyone.
It's like, it's so stupid.
Wow.
And like for Ashley, you've been on the show how many seasons? You should know that if you're saying something happened at a party that was filmed, there would be some sort of footage. It makes more sense like when it makes more sense what Giselle's saying, like this happened after filming or whatever. Sure. At least that it can be alleged to be something that happened. The lie can like live because it wasn't filmed.
Yeah. But then also Candace being like, oh, so you chose to wait until you have the platform to do the most damage when making this statement. And this man, like, he's been nothing but good to you. Wow.
Candace is playing chess and all the other women are playing checkers at this point.
She, like, I think someone tweeted not the other day, but like a week or two ago, like, who would be the best on Survivor at like a puzzle game or something? I feel like Candace is incredibly smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'd be the puzzle master. Okay. So Ashley's finally seeing an attorney. God bless.
But like, she's so unserious when she's like in there.
She's like, well, Michael is going to send me a proposal.
And she's like, should I trust you or Google?
Oh my God. Yeah. So there's that. It's interesting how we went from wondering if Mia's coming back to her being like such a kind of a focal point.
Mm-hmm. Her hosting this first like vacation.
Hosting the vacation, but like having these scenes with
Danielle and Cha-Cha.
Jacqueline and Cha-Cha.
Oh, Danielle's not her name.
No. It's like for a main cast member to like carry a scene with friends feels like a heavy burden to bear.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm looking over in Salt Lake City where like brand new friends are just like in a room together, just holding their own.
Salt Lake City is a
Twilight Zone,
a game in and of itself. Yeah. It's a game within a game.
Yeah. You using all this like gaming analogies.
No, the game within a game is like is Drag Race.
True. So
yeah, so Mia's hosting this. We're all going to Miami together. What happens before we go to Miami? I've been catching up on so much, so like I blur between the burn party and Miami.
No, that's good. We have this sit down with Jacqueline and Cha-Cha and Mia, and then we're over with Wendy talking to Eddie.
Oh yeah, but that like the Wendy like solo stuff is like not hitting right.
Yeah, but then I'm like viewing things a little differently with Wendy. I think in Miami, I feel like we're going to change our tune with Wendy, or at least I am. Okay. Because I think like even the way they're behaving once the rooms are handed out and like they're hiding the fact from Wendy that like her and Candace are going to have to share this like little room together. Yeah. And it's like I rewatched it today. I'm like, this is like Ashley running around the house with like the thing hidden,
shoving up her pants.
It's like fucking high school bullying.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny when they arrived to this house, and it's like, where are we? Even though it's a waterfront property on the bay, does that matter in Florida?
I don't know. I think this is like away from where we are used to being with the Miami girls.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna run into Gertie here.
Yeah, we're not like on like Star Island or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, it is Miami. You got like South Beach, like there's so many different parts of Miami.
I don't know anything about Miami.
Yeah. I think it's big. It is big.
Definitely, it's like one of the bigger cities in the country.
Sure.
I think.
Two dummies. Didn't you miss having a dummy on?
I only went to the poor parts of Florida growing up.
Okay. No, you were on the cruises. You were cruising.
Then we lost all the money.
Okay. Okay. So, Cha-Cha slides out of the house?
Well, not yet. I mean, she's
sowing the seeds.
But this is season 1, Dewey Beach or whatever, wherever we were in Delaware. Like, this is exactly what she did when she rolled up there. It's like, we've seen this. Like, Cha-Cha, if you want to be on this show, you got to learn new tricks. And it's like, you can't just be like, oh, I love champagne and I'm going to go to a hotel. Like, I'm rooting for you. I posted your fan cam made by Maddie Caps.
You did. I got to say, like, the fan cam makes me want to like her, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that one clip of like Karen walking by her and like, what is it, like the thing that like you walk on to the airplane or something?
The jet.
Yeah.
The
tarmac.
The jetway.
Jetway, yeah. I'm clearly not a Delta Medallion Diamond Jubilee member.
You're a world traveler. You just were.
I know. Not enough miles yet, though. Yeah, the hijinks with the room. And then like Giselle and Robin kind of complaining, but their room is maybe the nicest.
I mean, I feel like Mia gave them a better setup than she gave herself.
Yeah.
Like, they at least have a room with 2 beds. They've got a full suite and a big bathroom.
Yeah.
And Mia gave her and Jacqueline just like a bed that they're going to share. And it's like, I guess I guess the primary room or whatever, but still.
I mean, they are old friends.
Mm-hmm.
Although maybe not present day anymore, allegedly.
Yeah, I think they had a falling out. I don't know. It is comedy to put 9 women in a 6-bedroom house.
Yeah. Mia's so funny this year.
She's hilarious.
Yeah. We didn't get this from her last year.
I think we didn't get it.
Oh, we didn't get like the point of Mia.
We just like weren't deep enough to just like we did see some of the delusion, but we weren't able to like sit in the delusion in a fun way.
The delusion and the beauty.
And the beauty. Yes.
It's the perfect pairing. Is that it for Potomac?
Yeah, I mean, we can't forget Giselle quoting Snooki, "Where's the beach?"
Oh my God. That actually was
a highlight.
Yeah. Wow. I do gotta say, Salt Lake City. I think it's funny because like I think the reaction to Salt Lake City right now is very all over the place.
Yeah.
To me, you gotta go in. This is a comedy.
It's definitely a comedy.
You can't try to understand the why or the how or the what of anything.
And you can't really root for anyone.
It's funny because like people are behaving badly here. But people are behaving badly on Potomac, but I'm still like, I'm having fun with you gals.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't want to hang out with any of the Salt Lake City gals, but I want to laugh at/with.
Yeah.
But not with, like, through the TV screen, not next to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to go to scripture study with the Barlows. I love Lisa explaining, like, okay, Heather's going like this way with her experience of spirituality. I need to go like harder this way.
I need to go back into the actual like temple of the LDS church.
Yeah.
Though like she's telling us, not showing us. Like we're not ever going to attend a scripture study with her and the boys, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't know. Lisa. She is center snowflake right now, right?
Yeah, and it's like she is
co-center because
it's her and Heather.
There's only 5.
Yeah, last year was her and Heather, and I think this year it's just her.
And first year she was on the outer fringes
because she wasn't understood,
and she's like Mia.
Yeah, but like Lisa's not really understood now.
I think she's understood.
No, because every episode she throws another curveball where I'm like, what?
Oh.
No, but in a good way.
Oh, okay.
It's like all of a sudden she's a singer. All of a sudden she's back like in the scripture. She's one of God's favorites now when she like has barely mentioned her faith in the past 2 years.
I gotta say, the perfect timing of the virality of Away in a Manger as we come upon the season is truly chef kiss. Couldn't have planned it better.
I know.
Because they were filming this in like March, April.
Right, but like they had to sing songs that they were like fair use.
Yeah, fair use. So it is so charming. And then like when she's on Watch What Happens Live and like on like singing it for the Watch What Happens Live social accounts.
And then she's singing it on the actual show. It's like she'll sing it anywhere and everywhere. We should hire her to sing it for Come Through Queen.
Or just like use the audio that makes sense. It's fair use, baby. Okay. Okay. Didn't we already ski?
Well, it's the only thing they can do in Utah.
It's the only thing. Can't they do the candlestick pinball or bowling?
They can only do that in Massachusetts.
They can only do candlestick bowling in Massachusetts.
It's called Candlepin. I think it's called Now you've got me confused.
Okay, I might be candlestick.
It might be Candlestick, yeah.
But actually, I gotta say though, this trio was intriguing to me.
Oh yeah,
the Jen, Lisa, Whitney trio.
It's very intriguing, but it's like
it's very intriguing. You sound a little like Meredith Marks there for a minute.
As somebody who's like afraid of heights and whatever, to be brought up all the way to the top, and if I'm at the level of Lisa Barlow, I mean, she made it through.
Yeah, she did.
But it's like, I'd be so scared.
Oh, here's a question. On the gondola, if you had to choose, would you do not going that high up where you're like free open air sitting down, or go super high up in the enclosed thing that they were riding up on. What are you thinking?
Oh, enclosed.
But super high up.
Yeah, because like the sitting thing where you just have the bar.
Yeah.
That's too, and you've got the things on your legs.
Yeah, sure.
That's too scary.
Okay.
You could die.
No, you won't die. I don't think that's a death drop.
I think they call it a dip.
Oh.
No, in drag culture, I was making a joke.
No, they call. Isn't that what's the thing that?
A shablam.
I'm so into shablams right now. No, I'm so into voguing.
Yeah. Are you okay?
No. I think I had like 2 weeks of pent up come through queen energy in me that I'm just like releasing into the universe, the metaverse, one might say. Okay. Okay. I think this came up in the conversation with the three of them, or maybe somewhere else. But when he says she's trying to break the cycle of stirring the pot and being messy because that's how she got attention. It's like, were you training your whole life to be a housewife?
Yes. She was.
Yeah. Okay. We are given the boys another shot. We're trying to get another RHONY men like, off the ground.
It's so awkward. We're coming in, we're eating barbecue, we're drinking Diet Pepsis and Diet Cokes.
Especially coming on the heels of like Seth and John Barlow not getting along. Like if anything, those two are like the most likely to be getting along.
Yeah.
Well, just because like their wives were friends for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got like the new cast in here.
Okay, so this was crazy. It's almost like we're meeting the men before the women.
I know. We're spending more time with them.
Yeah.
Just one of the men?
No, there were two.
There were two?
Dana and Angie K's.
You know, yeah. Angie H is down bad. I think we're no longer going to see her again.
There was a Chris Arrington shaped hole at this men's gathering.
There really was.
But you know, someone said something about Angie H not being in the mid-season trailer. I thought I saw one split second.
If it's just a split second when you can see all the other girls, it's down bad. She's down bad.
No, but I thought it was like during the trip. Am I wrong?
I watched pretty closely last night and I didn't see her, and I think that's the come through queen curse. The moment we start talking about one of the friends of,
I feel electric when she's on
Me
screen.
Too. You never know what's gonna happen.
And like that's the wrong feeling to have, apparently. But okay. Oh wait, no, we're not there yet. I like want to jump to choir because it's so. I want to be there.
It is comedy.
It is comedy, as I've said. But we gotta touch down with Myra and Meredith.
Oh.
Which I would have never predicted. Like the way she was talking about this on the reunion made it sound like we're in like Teresa Zia Melissa territory.
Yes. And I mean, it was I don't know. A lot of people, I've heard people have different opinions on this scene. Where they don't think that Alex, I think his name is.
Yeah.
They don't appreciate Alex being like used in this way. Some people are saying that he's being used. I don't necessarily know if I believe that. I think that like.
Well, what they're talking about in the scene is some event that Meredith is hosting and planning to support
like mental
health stuff that Alex wants to be a part of.
Yeah. So
to me, I read it obviously there's gonna be a reading of it of being like, ugh, like it's probably better to just not be on TV at all. Mm-hmm. But then there's the reading of like, oh, I want to like this is already out. Mm-hmm. I want to like make this good,
and I want to like I've been spoken about on TV. I want to like be able to like be a part of telling my own story.
Yeah. And like I think, obviously, the big shocking moment was in the confessional where she talked about what happened with Alex.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine that was not a family decision to mention, like I wouldn't put it past some housewives, but like Meredith is like too smart to just do something like that on a whim.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she did it lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, though, I mean, I think there's also like, I don't necessarily know if the way she spoke on it is probably the recommended way, given how you're supposed to talk about those things, but it's also a very personal thing to that family.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of that family, the way that Myra and Meredith talk to each other, it's like two aliens speaking a foreign language. Oh my gosh. It's like shocking seeing another human converts with the same cadence.
I know. I love it.
Like the dips and valleys and peaks of like the way they speak to each other.
I know. Do they have any other siblings, do you know?
It sounds like it's just the two of them, but I could be wrong.
Okay, because I was like wondering, like, okay, we've got Meredith, we've got Myra, who's like the next?
If
we're going that next, like M something R, I would guess, like maybe like Mara or like something like that,
or Mark
Dubin. No, what's his name?
Duber. Dubin. Harry Dubin. Yeah, I mean, that was like a lot to digest there. Choir practice. Which, if there's a reason for us to get together every episode and sing,
choir practice.
So it should be.
I mean, it's weekly.
I love Whitney's POV of being like, Heather was with me as I'm like disavowing my faith, and she wants me to now come and sing hymns.
But if you think about like that, and then you think about like what Lisa Barlow was talking about earlier in the episode about like how Heather going away from her faith now makes her want to go back into her faith. It's like, how is it that Whitney and Lisa?
Well, I think I understand both POVs. Where with Heather, it's like, no, with Lisa, it's Heather is doing this because she wants to eat the cake of like, have your cake and eat it too. Like, do the fun part that you like, but not be a part of. But like Lisa's like, no, I gotta like study the scripture.
Right.
Whereas with Whitney, it's like, I don't even want to think about this. Like, I don't want to sing a song. I don't want to.
Right, no, but what I'm saying is like then you have the two opposites, like the one who's going way more into the faith and the one who's disavowing the faith altogether are coming together and converging around.
Yes. But then it's just like a ragtag bunch in the room.
It's like, I think like one of the people who auditioned last week and then who was like right next to Angie Harrington, I think someone pointed out last week that they were wearing merch from one of the Bravo Instagram. Oh,
yes. No, that person was in Wild Rose photo shoots. Like, they're a Wild Rose ambassador.
Right, but I'm saying they were wearing a Bravo fan Instagram. So we've got another fan in the room.
And then the choir
exactly, yeah, that's the other fan in the room that I'm talking about. Yeah.
But to me, that's funny too. Like, I'm not taking issue with it. You know what I mean?
And it's very, I think we said it before, it's very like when you watch scenes from the original RHONY you go to like any party they're at, we've seen people all around, like some people who like we know, and maybe people who even listen to this were in the crowd.
Sure, yeah, for sure. But like I love that like secret world building.
Yeah.
I just love it. Okay. I love us singing and fighting.
I know.
Practicing while Lisa and Heather are getting into it.
I know, even though Heather's supposed to be like one of the leaders in this situation.
But maybe like that's another form of leadership.
Yeah, exactly. The outside of the comedy of it, the Lisa Heather fight is so annoying because they're speaking two different languages. It's like, and Heather, I would say, is maybe more in the wrong here because, or they're coming from two different places where Heather is basically saying, you're using this moment where my dad was dying in the obituary, and Heather's trying to be like, can I get a moment of grace where maybe I got the date wrong when in the reunion? And she's trying, and she said it more on Watch What Happens Live. She was like, I got the date wrong, but like Lisa won't let that go and still attacked me in a moment when I was at my worst. And Lisa's focusing on the fact that Heather is like a quote unquote liar. And it's actually almost like parallel to the Meredith stuff from last season where everyone was trying to catch Meredith in this lie about her dad, about like the date when his like funeral was. And it's like, I see it both ways a little bit, but I'm more leaning towards like the Heather and Meredith being like, give someone a break when their parent is dying.
Oh yeah. Well, I think Heather's point is, you're saying, oh, I hope your dad gets better soon when he's in hospice. Where like, there's no getting better soon in hospice. But on the other side of the coin, I think I'm on the same side of the coin. I think Heather's right in terms of the rumors and the this and the that, where she's like, it's almost like I need a fourth wall Candace moment of being like, I'm trying to help you, you idiot. Like being like, I don't remember this. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, you want me to say, yeah, I said this?
Yeah.
And give it more credence?
Exactly. It makes zero sense.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to say that I heard this Lisa Barlow rumor, and like, what does that do for your friendship with Lisa? Like, it makes zero sense.
I'm trying to actually help you.
I know.
By saying I don't remember saying this.
Whitney is so...
She's truly
a
wild rose. It's like, can you tame the wild rose? No, you can't.
And then also, you can't just keep on telling somebody that, like, they heard something. Like, you can like say somebody said something maybe. That might have a little, if you had some proof. You can't like claim someone heard something over and over.
Yeah.
Basketball games are loud.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Especially a jazz game. They got like the jazz going.
Yeah, and then like, have you heard like the way the sneakers go against the floor?
We skipped over Dana visiting Meredith.
Yeah.
While Angie K is in the pool with Jen Shah.
Jen Shah loves to go to a pool.
Oh, yes. And actually, I remember like seeing the clip of the scene being like, oh, is this like from the vacation? But no, we're just in the pool in Salt Lake City.
Then they did their job correctly because that's what they were trying to they were trying to look like.
Dana, I know there's more to come with her, but her scene with Meredith was very robotic.
It was very, I'm coming in, I'm telling you like my resume, what I did today.
It was maybe one of the least like authentic conversations on any Housewives show. It really felt like a robot was performing.
It's very job interview.
Like the nerves.
Yeah.
The nerves. I guess I included that scene because of the Jen Shah, Angie K moment. Mm-hmm. But that should have hit the cutting room floor.
It's the problem is we're adding all these like friends of like.
Well, we gotta.
At a weird, I know we gotta, but it's like, and we seem to be abandoning the one that has the history with the group.
I know. I hope not. To me, the two fascinating things are okay. Well, we did get mid-season trailer, and the part for me that was exciting was that I could not get a sense of any scene that seemed like a finale. And I feel like the finale is going to be the interesting episode.
All of the mid-season trailer felt like it was on the San Diego trip.
Yeah. And then the other part is I can't wait to see what the plan for the next season is. Even though we're only halfway through this one, I'm just like dying to see what the plan is.
And then another thought is I hope the reunion set is San Diego themed and not
in the ice caverns.
In the ice caverns. I'm sick of that.
I don't think I would mind another ice cavern.
Or maybe it's like choir practice themed.
Ooh, how do we plan that?
We have like a piano in the back. We've got it looks like
cues.
Maybe we're on stage.
Maybe we're at Mary's church.
No. Maybe we're like on stage at a church or in a theater.
Okay, in a theater. Yeah, sure. Wow. What a week. We have a freak of the week and the one true queen.
So the freak of the week is just gonna go to, and I don't even have like the Instagram pulled up, but the fact that one Siggy Flicker, former Real Housewife of New Jersey, was at Donald Trump's campaign launch event for his 2024 presidential campaign.
Like, front and center, camera focused on her.
So proud to be there, arms up.
Oh my God, Siggy.
It's like,
I mean, it's not even a shock. It's just like, I can't believe this image exists.
I know.
Yeah.
She's like regularly at Mar-a-Lago. She's regularly like hosting events for Trump.
Yeah. Okay. Our one true queens. Normally, I hate like a online, like shifting the focus from the show to online. Mm-hmm. But to me, this interaction that took place very recently between Meredith and Lisa had me laughing this morning. Okay, so Meredith's responding to like a clip that like a Real Houses of SLC after show fan page posted. So Meredith writes, I knew nothing about your affair with the man that Whitney invited to her Wild Rose party at the time of the party. The first I heard about that affair was months later from Whitney. You cannot hold me responsible for something I knew nothing about. Lisa, there was no affair. That's why it's so gross. And you're on camera saying you knew he was there and the intent was exactly what I explained in my video. Whitney invited him, but you all knew the intent. Meredith in all caps. Lisa, I knew nothing about the man or anything about you having an affair with him at Whitney's Wild Rose party. The fact that like they keep saying Whitney's Wild Rose party. Whitney said you had an affair with him months later to me. That was the first time I've heard of it. #RHOSLC. But Lisa's response, you're unhinged, period. Heart. Okay, and then Meredith responds, no, Lisa, not unhinged, but I am tired of the perpetual lies about me. Like I could hear reading the tweet, and I'm not doing her voice, but I could hear Meredith's voice. I did not know anything about the man or any affair you had with it. Like the fact that Meredith keeps saying like the affair you had with him, like as if it's fact,
right,
is also making me laugh. Or any affair you had with him, or anyone else at Whitney's Wild Rose party. I had nothing to do with him being there. #RHOSLC. And then Lisa's response, don't worry, I'll request a reminder of footage. And then 2 of the double hearts.
Yeah, I love those.
I'm busy working, so no more please. Another double heart.
Beautiful.
I mean, between that and Lisa's Watch What Happens live performance, where she's like, giggling the whole time.
She's the breakout.
Yeah. Wow. What a week. What a week to be back.
Welcome back.
Patreon pre-show. We're in London. We're in Paris. We are
in New York even.
We're in New York. We are everywhere all at once. And you also have a Patreon bonus episode. We have 15 Housewife iconic moments. Which was like a standout for you?
Teddy Joe.
Yeah, that was a fun conversation. As like, this is a Teddy Joe household, of course.
Yeah, and mine is not.
And as we mentioned earlier in the episode, no new episode next week due to just the programming and the holidays. But we will see you in 2 weeks. So, like, comment, subscribe, heart, share, retweet.
Love us, please retweet.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
I wanna see ya come through, queen.